Good day, ladies and gentlemen, to our first snippet. And I think it is good to start with what is a critical analysis. In your assignment, you are requested to critically analyze the station commander's leadership style and its impact on decision making. And I think that a majority of us might not exactly know in the academic world how to critically analyze something. So I think this might be a good idea to do our first snippet on a critical analysis. So it is important to know how to communicate critical thinking and analysis. So why is it important to do critical thinking? And I think it is important that I discuss why is it important so you have a better understanding for the rest of your studies on why critical thinking. First of all, it is part of the way we communicate academically with each other, like the academic style. And then this will demonstrate the ways we are thinking and show that we not only accept what other people say, but we think about what other people say and then state whether you think the conclusion of others are acceptable and why do you think so, or why do you think it is not acceptable, and if there's any flaws, what are the flaws that you identified. And it is also to provide your opinion on the topic and not to just copy and paste what is there, but to show us that you could think about the topic, you can think about the theory, and you can think about the current situation which you experience and see what is it that you can use and what is it that you cannot use. Is it practical or is it not practical? It is also to show us that you can recognize the limitations in your own arguments and can make recommendations to add value to the argument. In other words, if we can summarize what I just said, it is to question and evaluate other people's ideas, obtain evidence in support of it to support your argument, and to provide paragraphs which contain your own ideas. An essay consists of two writing styles, descriptive writing and critical writing. So let's focus on descriptive writing. It is to understand, examine what is descriptive writing. So descriptive writing is to describe what is there, to give an account of, and to get detail of what something is. It can be a topic, a problem, a situation, or a context of the subject under discussion. It may describe where it takes place, who were involved, and provide background information to the essay question. A good way to remember descriptive is asking the questions where, what, who, and when. Descriptive writing is to show the reader that you have knowledge on the subject. You know what other people say about the subject. Now let's focus on critical writing. Critical writing allows us to apply ideas and theories in different situations. Does it work or not work in practice? Is there factors that make it work or not to work? Relating theory to practice. And this requires us to apply analysis and evaluation to the description you have provided. Writers can use persuasive critical writing using evidence to support their own ideas. For example, apply an idea or theory in a current situation. Botha, Vibra and Smith, 2023, page 340, explains that Blake and Mouton from the University of Texas differentiate between managers that can concern about productivity and other managers that are concerned for people, and that both concerns relate to effective leadership. Then relate to the situation that is in your assignment. Critical writing then justify why a process or policy exists, suggest alternative approach to view and act on situations, discuss the strengths and weaknesses of an idea or process or theory or policy. Why does this idea work? And why does this idea not work? Let's look at examples of discuss the strengths and weaknesses of an idea, process, theory, or policy. Although Botha, Vibra and Smith 2023's theories on leadership is useful, once there are enough employees in the workplace, there are challenges in applying this theory for a workplace with limited staff and where employees work shifts. Let's look at critical writing, which demonstrates how this idea links to other ideas in the field. For example, the writer's experience on leadership in a law enforcement environment can greatly be enhanced by Hagnes, Jeanette and Curvey 2002, that team management is the most effective style of, and there you can focus on your style. Let's consider paragraph structure for critical writing. It is a good idea to follow a 3-sentence structure approach where you can provide it. The first one is describe or description of what is the situation, give a little bit more background. The second one is an analysis. And the third one is where you give an evaluation. And I will later on give you some sort of phrases that you can use to make it easier for you. Paraphrase structures of critical writing, and here I give you a few examples of the wording that you can use to show your critical thinking. In the descriptive sentence, you can use the word according to, and you refer to your data sources and you say what their opinions or their theory is all about. In your analysis, you continue in your next sentence, however, and here you can indicate do you agree or not agree and provide some evidence. And then your last sentence is in the evaluation where you say overall you can indicate that it can work in the workplace or not, and you need to explain just why you say it can work or not, and provide again refer to your data sources as evidence. Another one, descriptive. X argues that, and what is X's argument? In the analysis alternative, you can see that these are the shortcomings in the descriptive, and this is why it can work or not can work, and evaluation, therefore you recommend the following. And then this structure will help you to include description and critical analysis and shows where the sections begin and where it ends. This approach will help you to see the balance between description and critical writing. Let's think for a moment. A few examples, phrases that demonstrate critical thinking. When comparing with contrasting theories, you can use the word similarly or on the other hand. When offering an alternative point of view, we can write according to, you refer to the data sources. there may be a link between, and then you say what is the current description. And however, the research only focus on a specific part, and it does not consider the following, and that is why, compared to other known factors influencing people's behavior, there is insufficient evidence that this theory or this approach or this style can work in your law enforcement environment. When we highlight a weakness in a theory, we can, for example, say one major shortcoming of this approach might be, and then you explain the shortcoming and why you think this approach will not be applicable in your work environment. But instead of just highlight the weakness, it is also important to give a recommendation of what can be done so that that specific approach can be improved and applicable in your working environment. I hope this assisted you a little bit in critical analysis and critical writing. And I think this is something that if you can understand it now, it will assist you in your whole career, in all your studies, because when it comes to conducting research, it is expected of you more and more and more to critically think what you are reading. And this is also a good idea where to start, is when you start reading, think critically. Do you agree with the author? Why not? Is there substance or evidence that you can offer to say why you can not agree with this author, or why you can agree and implement what the author said? Thank you very much for listening, and good luck with your assignment.